I'm Anne, a 48-year-old homemaker. I've known my husband Ethan since college, and we got married when he was in his third year of working. We had our eldest daughter, Olivia, right away, and 2 years later, our son Mark was born. Dealing with Olivia's friend troubles and taking care of Mark, who was often sick, were tough times, but now they're good memories. But both of them have grown up and are enjoying college life, living on their own. Our marriage has lasted over 20 years. Ethan, being the typical man of the house, always did his job well, but left the chores and child-rearing to me. But many of my friends had similar complaints, so I never thought too deeply about it, thinking, that's just how husbands are. That the passion might have faded long ago, but there's still care between us as a couple. Physical affection and conversations have decreased, but I figure that's just how it is for older couples. Life's not exciting, but there's no big complaints. Doing the chores, working part-time, and taking care of Ethan. This will probably go on until one of us passes away. I thought he wanted that too, but then he betrayed me. One weekend, out of the blue, Ethan brought a young woman home. Her name is Rosa and she seems to be his subordinate. She's around 26, about the same age as our daughter Olivia. While holding her, he blurted out, "I'm going to marry her. I want a divorce." What? It hit me like a ton of bricks. Now that Mark is 20, our parental duties are over. I want to live the rest of my life with someone I truly love. Wait, I can't wrap my head around this. Facing my confusion, Rosa mocked, "I'm going to marry Honey, so you should leave." Wait, Honey? What? Ignoring my dizziness, they began to passionately explain their deep love for each other. Love is wonderful, or something like that. I might have agreed if it were someone else's story. She's been a great junior at work, always soothing my tired body and soul after work and at home. Ethan stated without hesitation, "Because Honey always covers for me and he feeds me delicious food. Look, he even bought me this bag. Have you ever gotten one from him?" What Rosa flaunted was a luxury brand bag that even I recognized. A take-optional course. I've never received such a gift. In fact, he hasn't even celebrated my birthday in years. Clearly, she's just after his money. I tried to deny their pure love with a bitter laugh. Men's attractiveness includes their wealth, right? Maybe you just don't get it. That's why you're being dumped. I get it. I understand. I'm not trying to say money isn't important. I'm grateful to him for working hard every day. Enough of this? Ethan sighed with irritation. If I'm going to spend my money, I'd rather spend it on a younger, cooler girl who knows how to make a man feel special. You're past your prime? I can't believe you're used up. Just give me the divorce and leave. As Rosa clung to Ethan, she looked down on me with disdain. Everything I believed in collapsed. I was so shocked I couldn't say a word. The following week was hell. Ethan started going to her place openly, hardly ever coming home. Meanwhile, Rosa came over almost every day taunting me. Why are you still here? Just get the divorce already. It's so pathetic to cling to someone who doesn't love you. How embarrassing, old lady. Why did I deserve this kind of treatment? What did I do? Is being older a sin? It was hard to accept the reality because I had always imagined spending my life with him, and I was worried about how this might affect our children's future. But it was my kids who gave me the push I needed. Mom, why didn't you tell us sooner? One weekend, Olivia and Mark, both living on their own, suddenly came home. They seemed to know what was going on, even though I hadn't told them. Olivia? Mark, how did you... They contacted us? He said your mom is jealous of a younger woman and is hesitating to divorce. Mark, you understand how I feel, right? Mark looked disgusted as he dismissed Ethan's selfish remarks. What a jerk. How could he drag Mark into this? That's gross. Isn't his new woman like 26? She's about my age. That's just so low. Olivia seemed deeply contemptuous, twisting her face in disgust. She then gave me a strong pat on the shoulder. Just get a divorce. But if I do, it might affect your job prospects and marriage opportunities, right? If someone's gonna judge me based on that, then I don't want them in my life. Olivia stuck out her tongue, making a playful face. Mark, unusually serious, looked deeply into my eyes. Hey Mom, instead of worrying about us, have you ever thought about yourself? Will you really be at a loss without Dad? A loss. The house I only have to care for myself. As for money, if he just pays for the kids' college, I can live off my part-time job and the rent from the apartment I inherited from my dad. If I don't have to take care of Ethan, I can work more hours. I can even take some classes, right? I can go to lunch with my friends on weekends without him complaining. I can cheer for celebrities on TV without him saying things like, "It's embarrassing seeing you fawn over young men." After all, he's the one who's obsessed with a younger woman. If I divorce him, I'll be free from all those troubles. That's like the best thing ever. I won't have any problems if I get divorced. Saying that out loud, everything seemed to become brighter. Exactly. In fact, the one who'll probably have problems is the woman who's cheating with Dad. Olivia chimed in enthusiastically. Mark, Mom, I appreciate how much you care for us, but I'd rather see you happy. If you're happy, I can get through anything. Both Mark and Olivia were my strong support system. You're only 48. That's like halfway through life. It'd be a waste to spend the rest with a jerk like Dad. Persets consider, we'll become independent, so live your life for you. Olivia! Don't. I couldn't hold back the tears any longer. Thank you. I'm so grateful to have you two as my children. That's because you raised us with so much love. Even though my trust in him was shattered and I was exhausted, my children comforted me. I haven't been wrong about my life, up till now and from now on. No more doubts. I'll live the rest of my life for myself. Once I was completely over Ethan. I acted quickly, impatient. If our relationship ended before our divorce was finalized, the negotiation would become difficult. I hired a lawyer skilled in divorce cases and prepared to move out. But once everything was ready, I informed him of my intention to divorce and arranged a meeting. We discussed the kids' college fees, division of assets, alimony, and everything was settled within reason. Honestly, I wanted to leave him penniless, but a smooth divorce was my priority. Besides, it was clear that the cheating couple would face their downfall. Causing unnecessary issues would just prolong the process. He paid everything off, treating it as if he was discarding an expired woman, as if paying disposal fees. Rosa was hesitant about the decreasing assets at first, but for some reason she started to see Ethan as a big spender. Which was it? It was almost laughable watching their antics, but I held back just a little longer. The pride and no debts, and a woman who's just in it for the money. They have no idea what they're in for. Hey, Mr. and Miss. Was our last task together as a couple was filling the divorce papers at the county office. Right behind us was Rosa. Retaliation. As we filled our divorce papers, she, as if to rub it in, asked for a marriage license. The clerk looked surprised, glancing between the three of us before hesitantly handing her the papers. She clutched them proudly, although it seemed unnecessary. I had to ask her, "Are you sure about him?" "What? Sour grapes?" "You wanted the divorce, so just go through with it, lady." That young girl with a future ahead of her is being deceived by an older man. I feel sorry for her, but it seems she's blindly handing over her heart to a joker. The two started filling out a marriage certificate together, and I left the city hall. The sky was vast and clear, without a cloud in sight. I bet they're looking at the same view too, and so I started my new life. After the divorce, I moved to a unit in the apartment I own. Of course, there's no rent to pay. It's located in my hometown, which I'll compare to, say, Nebraska, so I have plenty of classmates around and never lack company. It's also conveniently located, so Olivia and Mark come to visit on weekends. I'm nothing but grateful to my parents for leaving me this place. The only thing that had worried me was quitting my long-term part-time job, but luckily it was at a major chain store. At Peen Sections, the manager arranged for me to be hired under similar terms at a store close to my new place. But all those years of dedicated work finally paid off. Feeling a bit lonely, like when I'd accidentally cooked too much food, only lasted for the first month. Now I'm embracing the joy of living alone and cooking just for myself every day. About 6 months into this routine, I received a call from an unknown number. Without thinking, I picked up, and a woman without introducing herself screamed in a shrill voice. "Listen, lady, people from the office and Honey's relatives are all saying they won't attend our wedding. It's your sabotage, isn't it?" That annoying tone, unforgettable. Ethan's mistress, Rosha, blaming others for her own actions is such a nuisance. I didn't spread any rumors. I just told the truth that Ethan is getting together with a young, cute colleague, so we're getting a divorce. You said the same thing, didn't you? I just spoke the truth and bid farewell to the people who had been kind to me. But everyone declining is just odd. Both his family and co-workers are upright people. They're not going to accept dishonest folks like you two. We just pursued true love. Alrighty, please explain to everyone what this true love of yours is. I guess everyone around him is reasonable, so there's a strong backlash against their affair. But it was reassuring to see that the marital relationship I'd worked hard on for 20 years had been well regarded. Prissa made a lot of noise, but in the end, the wedding was postponed. Was it not due to the cold response from those around them, but because she turned out to be pregnant? When the baby was born, she had the nerve to contact me demanding gifts, and Ethan, well, he told her kids to be kind to your new sibling. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but Olivia and the others were puzzled by the arrival of a half-brother more than 20 years younger. I was upset too, but I can't blame the innocent baby. So I took her calls maturely, but she kept complaining that Honey's relatives aren't giving any gifts. Maybe you should realize people want to keep their distance. There's no way. But when they see me, they should think, the new wife is lovely. We really need to hold a wedding to show off. You still want to have a wedding. Stubborn, isn't she? Of course. Honey and I promised. I'll wear a wedding dress, and for our honeymoon, we'll go to Hawaii and take pictures against the blue sea. Jealous much? Such wishful thinking. You do realize how expensive all this is gonna be. It costs around $130,000 to raise a child properly. What she seemed a bit shaken, but boasted, but Honey makes a lot, so it's okay. Maybe now, but Ethan will be retiring when the kid is still in middle school. After that, even if he gets rehired, his income will decrease a lot, and his pension isn't for years. How did that strike a nerve also compared to the husbands of your friends? He might make more, but considering his seniority, he's very average. Most of his lifetime earnings are already done. Oh, I could feel her shock through the phone. She clearly hadn't thought things through before having a child, just as I thought. But it's just mind-boggling. He's only got a little over 10 years until retirement. His blood pressure's high, and I'm worried about his health. What? Oh, didn't you know? Have you checked his medical results? He's had issues every year. She was left speechless. He hates hospitals. It was always a struggle to get him to follow up on medical checks. Now that I'm not there nagging him, he's probably neglecting his health while eating and drinking carelessly to rub salt in the wounds of the silent woman. I confronted her with more harsh reality. Think you'll work healthily until retirement. But you're young, so you still have over 30 years of work ahead. You'll be fine, by the way. Are you on maternity leave right now? Away asked sarcastically, knowing she wouldn't be able to return to her job after her maternity leave. Infidelity and a marriage born from an affair got around to the higher-ups at the company. It was deemed a breach of compliance, and both she and her husband faced disciplinary action, leaving no chance for her to return after maternity leave. A report had come to me from Ethan's coworker, who was my friend, if she noticed the stern looks directed at her when no one wanted to attend their wedding. There might have been some hope, but it seems she finally understands her naivety. Good luck, your husband can't handle household chores or childcare. But if there's true love, you can get through it, right? It's amazing. I really admire you. Well, I'm off to lunch with my friends. Now enjoy taking care of your baby, the house, and looking after him without listening to her side. I hung up the phone abruptly. She's probably stunned by the bleak reality of her age gap marriage and the consequences of her affair as much as I wanted to see her face up close and laugh. Thinking serves you right. I refrain. Spending time with my beloved friend is more worthwhile than badmouthing someone I despise. Fast forward a year. Hey, it's Anne. Right as I was leaving my apartment, a man called out to me. It was Ethan. This was the first time seeing him since. The time has passed since our divorce. He seemed to be trying to reach out to his children in various ways, like saying love your baby brother or let's be a close family. Actors, I hadn't told him where I lived post-divorce, but he probably guessed I inherited my parents' apartment. It's been a while. Ethan smirked, trying to recall. I wondered if he always had such a creepy smile. Actually, when was the last time I saw him genuinely happy? I thought seeing his face might bring up a surge of emotions, but surprisingly, I remained calm. What you want? You're so cold. But we together for 20 years. You're the one who ruined that, I said, ignoring his stern look. He started to complain about his new marital life. In short, Rosa was apparently nagging him about not wasting money, taking care of the kids, doing the dishes, and doing the laundry. He's nearing retirement, so she wants him to save money. As a father, he should play with his kids, change diapers. While he rants as if she's asking too much, her demands are actually pretty standard. She finally realized that this lazy man, who doesn't help with chores or childcare, will just be dead weight once he retires. And in this day and age where it's expected for fathers to help out, she's probably shocked to see her friend's husband actively participating in housework. The problem is the man in front of me, who even after 2 years doesn't get it. Plus, women change after marriage. It's scary, but you never once said things like do the chores or help with childcare. That's true. Times were different then, and I just took it for granted. That's when I realized the one who truly loved me was you. Excuse me? His out-of-the-blue statement left me taken aback. He laughed awkwardly, scratching his nose. You must be lonely at your age. You've been taking care of yourself more than when we were married. You were waiting for me to come back, right? I mean, age is just a number, right? You were always there for me without complaining. I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. Why can't you? What are you talking about? You still love me, don't you? What? I let out a bewildered scream, almost collapsing. What the heck? My outcry left Ethan frozen in place. Unfreaked, I saw my anger and resentment towards him had faded after our divorce, but seeing his audacity now made me furious all over again. What kind of nonsense are you talking about in broad daylight? What's in it for me to get back with a useless old man like you? Hey, come on. Ethan was taken aback. If I'm looking better, it's probably because I'm stress-free after leaving you. But, I mean, I'm actually grateful to your affair partner. I mean, life's been a blast since our split. I'm glad I don't have to end up changing your adult diapers. Unbelievable. Being my firm resistance for the first time, his face turned as pale as a ghost. Good feelings, and after we separated, I calmly dealt with everything, never uttering a single resentful word. Can you move? I've got a date. A DD date? His voice cracked like a comic strip. But you're dating someone at your age. Yes. He's definitely taking advantage of you. Max, wake up. It's fine. If I'm going to spend money, I'd rather it be on a young, handsome man. You've expired. What? Just returning the favor with a line you once told me. If I had to say one more thing, you're unrecyclable trash. He was gasping like a fish out of water, but no other words came out. Well, my date is waiting. Let's both move on and find happiness. Goodbye. Wait, and without looking back, I quickly walked away. At this rate, it wouldn't be long before he's twice divorced. Someone once said that the best revenge is living well, and I truly believe that. After all, he seemed utterly devastated seeing me confidently walk away. Mom, as I arrived at the rendezvous, Olivia was there waving excitedly. She's my date for today. Sorry I'm late, ran into your dad. Oh, are you okay? Oh, good. I finally got to say what I've always wanted to say. Anyway, we have a concert to attend. I work my part-time job just for this day. Haha, oh Mom, let's go. Yes. You see, today we're seeing a live performance by a male singer I've always admired. It's my second time seeing him live. I was even able to get the tickets without Olivia's help. There are other hobbies I've picked up, but right now, following the singer is my greatest joy. If he's performing a musical, I'll go with friends. If he releases a new song, I played it on repeat in my car. Mark often sends me updates about his appearances on TV shows. It's not just the joy of following what I love, but also the happiness of knowing everyone supports my passion. And some might laugh, saying, at her age, but who cares? It's my life and I'm not hurting anyone. I've forgotten how wonderful it feels to live for oneself. Cooking for the family, taking the kids out, creating a comfortable home for my husband, all that was fulfilling. But when I found value in doing all that, the thought of losing everything post-divorce scared me. But nothing of that sort happened. My children still treasure me. Both my work and personal relationships, everything I've built, are still intact. Fussy clinging to the past has its place, but it's exhilarating to start a new chapter in life. Taking that first step into the unknown requires courage, but it's filled with exciting new encounters. I plan to enjoy every moment of my life from now on. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. If you resonated with the content, please leave a positive rating and a comment.